Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. You probably already know what we're going to start with, right? We've done this a couple of times now. In fact, hopefully you've saved your portfolios year after year and you can look at the progress that you've made. But here it is. We're going to make ourselves a portfolio for this year. Notice we're folding it the same way. We're using that same little jig to get the flap and to get the fold at the bottom done as well to create a folder. And then we have our stapler. Maybe we'll do this right now, maybe we'll wait till later for this, but we staple it on both sides and then you have yourself a little pocket. See? And then let's pretend like this is artwork that you've already done. It slides right in, Bob's your uncle, and you have a place to put your work. Portfolios are so important, so important. And so here we go. What are we going to do for this portfolio? Well, I call this personality portfolios. So first, we're going to create a section in the middle of our portfolio, and this is going to be for your name. Now, of course, my name only has 3 letters, and we're going to stretch those letters out to fill that whole section. Notice I'm using capital letters, and they stretch from the top to the bottom of that section, okay? And then the bottom section, go ahead and separate it off, and then the top section, go ahead and separate it off. You'll have 2 sections at the top, and then 2 sections at the bottom, and then your name's in the middle. Now, here's where the personality part comes in, okay? We're gonna have to pick, choose, think up some descriptive words to describe ourselves. And if I'm thinking about myself, I think energetic. Would you say that Mr. P is energetic? Yeah. How about, playful? Would you say that I am a bit playful? I hope so, I think so. Let me think of something else. Maybe creative? I mean, it makes sense for an art teacher to be creative, right? And let me think. I gotta think of one more. How about faithful? Yeah, full of faith. Okay, so now that we have this, here's what we have to do. We're gonna put this on our portfolios, but let's start in the center with that middle letter. That's gonna help the spacing so you don't run out of room. Haven't you ran out of room? You're trying to draw something or write something and you get to the end of the line and you have to kind of smush those letters in to try to make them fit? Well, this is a way so that won't happen. You put the middle letter in first and then finish it off and then come back and write the other letters in the beginning of the word. See, and that way we'll have enough room for each of the letters. Well, you know what? You might need to do this with your name. Yeah, I might have to let you do this with your name. Write your name down so that you won't squish letters at the end of your name when you're trying to write it on your portfolio, because not everybody has 3 letters in their name. Some of you have lots and lots and lots of letters in your name. So yeah, we're gonna do this with our name too, as well as our adjectives, the words that describe ourselves, our personalities and such, okay? Yeah, that's gonna be good. And so to be clear, we are using adjectives, which are descriptive words for persons, places, or things. And in this lesson, we're using them to express our own personality through both the words and the art. So see, you are the person, and the words around you, around your name, describe who you are. At this point, there's one of two ways that you can go. You can continue writing those other two words, those two adjectives, on your portfolio at the very tippity top and at the very beady bottom. Or you can save those spaces for patterns. There are so many different types of patterns that we can draw using the lines that we've learned or using shapes. And so you have a choice to make, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want this to be a personality portfolio only? Or do you want it to be a personality pattern portfolio? Oh my gosh, that's a lot of P's. After you make your decision, of course, we're going to use the black paint and a paintbrush to trace over it all, our letters, as well as any pattern that we create, that we decide to draw. And to tell you the truth, you can use a paintbrush or a Q-tip. Some people may find Q-tips a little bit easier to control, and that's of course all up to you. It is your choice which one you'd like to choose to use today. Oh yeah. But we're gonna stop here at the black, outlining everything, and then next class we'll pick back up and add a little color. Oh yeah. Well, this is what we're doing today. I'd like you now to go and have fun.
I do. What's wrong with one of our tables? Where's the other one for that?